Siberian Baroque is an architectural style common for ambitious structures in 18th-century Siberia, where 115 stone churches in Siberia were recorded in 1803, most of which were built in this provincial variant of the Russian Baroque, influenced by the Ukrainian Baroque and in some cases even incorporating lamaist motifs. Most of the buildings were preserved in Irkutsk, Tobolsk and Tomsk. An original interior of a Siberian Baroque structure survives only in the Feast of the Cross Church in Irkutsk. Siberian churches of the 18th century, like most of Russian uzorochye and Baroque buildings, are astylar. The refectory and belfries are joined at the western side. Paintings in Siberian Baroque buildings are typically becoming smaller in its dimension. Decorative Elliott features foreign exotic motifs, likely of Eastern origin. History. In the 17th century, stone was used in Siberia as a building material only in Tobolsk and Abalak. Those were Old Russian buildings with elements of the uzorochye. In the manner of Irkutsk Baroque is the earliest stone building in Tyman, the Annunciation Church. Just thereafter, the Trinity Monastery was built mostly in Ukrainian Baroque due likely to the Ukrainian origin of Siberian hierarchs. The next Siberian churches included some remarkable elements of Ukrainian Baroque, for example the vertical vaulted architecture. Some literature described the similarity of the earliest Tobolsk monuments with Uralian churches of the very first 18th century, like the Dormition of the Mother of God Monastery in Dalmativo and the cathedral in Verkhovturi. One of the first stone structures on the eastern Siberia includes the Dormition of the Mother of God Monastery in Nerchinsk, the Transfiguration of the Saviour in Uzorochye, the Church of the Saviour, and the Epiphany Church both in Irkutsk. The Epiphany Church and the Voivoda House in Yenizhsk and the Saviour Monastery in Yakutsk. Research history. The most original monument of Siberian Baroque is the Feast of the Cross Church in Irkutsk, the best example of Siberian Baroque, with its originality in cultural, semantic and ethno-stylistic stratifications. Its Buddhist decors aroused interest under scientists and researchers already in the pre-revolutionary Russia. The unique monument was compared with the pompous stone round churches of Solokamsk and Solvychegodsk. Igor Graber saw in that church a late provincial resume of the Moscow uzorochye, with its striving for painting. He wrote that its naive combination echoes Moscow and Ukraine, which is fancifully weaved into a densely inwrought tapestry, with the peculiar odor of the neighboring East. The term Siberian Baroque was created by Irkutsk local historian D.A. Boldyrev-Kazarin in 1924, when mentioning the possibility of the participation of Buryu workers. Boldyrev-Kazarin said that in Siberia, some details of Mongolian and Chinese architecture have well-known forms of kokoshniks, while Khanty, Tatar and Bukharian influences determine the special decor of churches in Ishim, Yalutorsk and Tara. The issue of the relationships between Eastern and Ukrainian Baroque and Siberian Baroque of the 18th century was also researched in the Soviet times. Some found a Buryu decor in Irkutsk churches, and if judging the size and construction, they were built by architects of the northern Russian cities Totma and Veliky Ustyug. According to T.S. Proskoyukova, early Siberian church architecture divides between two sub-regional types: Western Siberian and Eastern Siberian. H.U. Kaptikov also uses that sorting system. He sees in Siberian architecture of the 18th century one of the provincial schools in Russian Baroque, along with Totma Ustyug, Vyaskom Uralian. Examples of Siberian Baroque: Church of Zachary and Elizabeth in Tobolsk, Epiphany Church in Tomsk, Church of Vladimir in Irkutsk, Ascension Church in Irkutsk, Resurrection Church in Tomsk, Our Lady of the Sign Church in Irkutsk. Our Lady of the Sign Church in Tomsk, Kazan Church of the Theotokos Alexeyev Monastery in Tomsk, Feast of the Cross Church in Irkutsk, Feast of the Cross Church in Tobolsk, Hodajitria Cathedral in Ulan-Uda, Church of the Saviour in Tara, Church of the Saviour in Tyman, Tikvin Church in Irkutsk, Trinity Church in Irkutsk, Wonder-Making Church in Irkutsk, Transfiguration of the Saviour Cathedral in Novokuznetsk, Church of the Intercession of the Most Holy Mother of God in Khanty-Mansiysk, Holy Trinity Cathedral in Kansk.